Okay folks, this will be an interesting one. Let's see if we can make this turn up a treat. It's not something I have a use for, but it's an interesting little thing. It's not a curio, I know what it is. The nerds will inherit the copier world. I do believe they will. Try and scratch my leg. Sorry, folks. Done that. Alright, what do we got to demo with here? We have here a wine bottle opener. I don't have a use, I don't drink wine, and even when I used to have the occasional drink, wine wasn't one of the drinks I'd have. I'm just not interested in, I just don't like the taste of wine. It's too bitter. It's just a bitter thing that I don't like. It's bitter. I just don't like bitter drinks. I just don't. Maybe on the horizontal I can pull it to 200% nearly. But basically, it's just not something I like, wine. It's too bitter. It doesn't have anything sweet. I like the aroma of red wine, I must admit, but I just don't typically like wine or beer, but I don't drink anything. I'm basically what in the old days was called, a daggy term this is, teetotaler, which means a non-drinker. Teetotaler is just a fancy old-fashioned term for non-drinker. Go look that up on Google and you'll find, but it's a pretty daggy sounding word. So non-drinker is the more modern term for non-drinker. Non-drinker is a more modern term instead of teetotaler. Now that looks really quite nice. So yeah, teetotaler is a bit of a daggy, old-fashioned, archaic. For some reason I like it. I'm proud of it, to be honest. But it's okay. Drinking is not a problem. There's nothing wrong with drinking per se. Alcohol's okay. You can drink it, but you got to drink it in moderation, not to get drunk. I used to drink every now and then, little bit. I never got tipsy, I never got drunk. It's just my personal decision to go non-drinker or teetotaler in the old-fashioned way of things. So yeah, it's a choice, but the thing is, you got to consider what happens, what could happen to you or your friends or your family if you get drunk. So you can't allow drinking, because if you get drunk, you don't have enough, you may not have enough faculties available to you for you to make a good decision. If you go to work and you get drunk at a Christmas party, for example, you could end up having sex with one of your co-workers who could be married, or your boss who could be married. You fuck up their relationships as well as your own. You could also be stupid enough to do the silly act of sitting on the office photocopier. A very foolish thing nowadays, especially because not only could you crack the glass and end up with an ass full of glass, if I must be a little bit rude, you could end up destroying the copier, the full thing, and you might end up with a write-off situation And if that happens, you're up for a new machine. And that boss isn't going to fucking let you get away with it. So you got to, it's a silly thing. And for your information, the amount of weight a copier, a platen glass can hold is only 2 kilos. And you're not 2 kilos, you're much heavier than that. So think of it that way. And also think that this photocopier could collapse and be destroyed. Be a write-off. Now I see a spider crawling around on my fucking bed. I just stood on it. Yeah, I don't like spiders on my bed. But basically, you got to think before you get drunk. Think before you drink. Before you decide what you're going to do. Don't get drunk. You can enjoy a little bit. Enjoy the aroma, enjoy the taste. Because there's nothing wrong with drinking in itself. It's just when it gets to the point where you're tipsy or you're drunk. And that's not good. Not good at all, folks. But this has come out looking quite nice. I think now we can call this demo quits.